All right, welcome to today's edition of the program Flipside. I'm Daisy Leo Sikidi, your host, and we'll be talking about body wellness, and we're focusing strictly on the Tit-Tar massage. We're exploring the ancient art of Tit-Tar massage. It's actually a unique technique that combines tapping and stretching to melt away tension and leave you feeling relaxed and rejuvenated. At least so I've heard. So if you know you're feeling tired, feeling stressed, feeling stiff, just stick around, stay with us, because on today's show we're delving into this very unique world of massage and giving you a holistic approach to body wellness through it. And I'm sure that by the end of this discussion, we will leave you feeling like a new person. So we're going to play a very short clip to show you what I'm talking about, and the person we're bringing on board is the person doing this work. So we'll just see what he does, then I'll introduce my guest. Of course, yes, that's what I'm talking about. So if you've not had your body cracks like that, did you hear that sound? I have Igbere Molin, black man.
Yeah.
I will stick to black man.
Black man, yeah, that's fine.
Because that's easier.
Yeah.
He's actually the CEO of Black Man's Healing Hands, and he's a Tit-Tar specialist. We've had him here before. He's a fitness coach too. So we've had him here on fitness and exercise, how to keep fit, how to have a healthy body. And still on body wellness, we're now taking it to the massage part, and we're going to learn about all of these. At least I've had my body cracked once.
It fixed something.
It did. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
How is Abuja?
Abuja is fine. Oh my God. Abuja is fine.
It's good
like
to have you here.
Don't know.
Seriously, you didn't just do that. Okay, so we were going through a whole lot of stress, especially this period with the cost of things.
Yeah.
Then we've been hearing news of people dying very young, 60 years, 50 something, and the bulk of it is BP related. Okay. So there's stress around us. Nigerians are really under a lot of stress. Could we actually relieve stress through massage?
Yeah, we can do that because the mind and the body has this very intricate connection. So, for instance, if you're having the emotion of anger, you'd see it on your face. And it's pretty very difficult to stay angry when you are smiling. So you can see the connection there. So sometimes without us knowing, what we feel as tension on our bodies is something that is reflective of what's going on the inside. And so just the same way the inside can affect the outside can also be used to affect the inside.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, that's a very important thing that people need to know about. Yeah, so definitely massage can be used as a way to bring in, wellness and improve someone's health, state of health. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people have not heard this Tit-Tar word before.
Yeah.
It's even new for me too, so we are many.
Yeah.
So this Tit-Tar massage therapy, what exactly is it? How does it differ from other massages?
Okay, so it's Tit-Tar, some of the, I call it techniques used in Tit-Tar, you get to see it in chiropractic medicine in the Western world. Tit-Tar is more leaning towards the Eastern world, like China and all that. So the history is more like, they used to fight. Warriors used to fight in battle then, and sometimes a warrior could fall off the horse, but the battle is going on. And so they started looking at for ways, unique techniques that they could use to quickly fix their soldiers in the battlefield, so that the person can continue the war mission, the battle. And so that's where Tit-Tar techniques came up from. So what Tit-Tar tries to do is quickly fix the body using tappings, using stretches, using certain kind of movements. Yeah, so that's what Tit-Tar is about. So another part that you need to know of when it comes to Tit-Tar is usually what causes, they call it misalignment, or your body moving out of alignment in normal medicine. Sometimes they use the word subluxations in chiropractic medicine. What causes that is actually the accumulation of forces moving in a particular direction over a period of time. And so, for instance, it makes sense that if I'm moving this finger in this particular direction and it's causing a kind of deformity, what would be needed to bring it back into alignment is force applied in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's still kind of in a simple way, very simplistic way, explain what we try to do when it comes to Tit-Tar. Then the other thing you want to know is for a body, the human body, when it is balanced, you could divide it into two equal halves. You could divide through this plane too. So left, right, front, back. When you're in front of a mirror, there are certain kind of mirrors that they are designed to show you the anomalies. So you'll be so surprised that one part of the body is not the mirror image of the other part of the body, and is not supposed to be so, showing you that, okay, this body is actually getting out of alignment, is going out of symmetry. So when it comes to Tit-Tar, I don't know, I don't have that video. There was one where the person had his rotated pelvis in the front direction. So it's as if this is how his body was looking like. So that simply means that you have to bring it back into alignment. The body starts giving you signals of pain when it's out of alignment. And so the pain is a kind of signal that, hey, something is off here. I want you to fix me. So when you fix it, the pain leaves. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. But what kind of, what areas does this procedure targets? Okay. What can we use it to do? What conditions can it help alleviate?
Okay. From my experience, it can alleviate sleep disc conditions. Yeah. Basically, from the cervical column down to the lumbar spine. Yeah. Then when you want to use the technique, Tit-Tar techniques, when you want to use it on maybe arthritic conditions, you must, this is a must, you must combine it with your knowledge of nutrition. Because sometimes we don't know that what people call arthritis, they call it a degenerative disease. That's true. But if there's degeneration, there can be regeneration. Okay. And it's just a knowledge of the simple things. There are certain vitamins, minerals, not necessarily drugs, that are already around us, that if we get to put into our normal nutrition, what we eat every day, even what you're calling lumbar spondylosis and all that, can be reversed. It's just that the knowledge of this, of course, but the knowledge of this is not so widely known. And so some persons just feel like the vertebral disc needs to whittle, and all they can use is use the corsets and all that. And no, it can be reversed. It can be reversed, And so what you want to start dealing with is dealing with it microscopically. What is happening at the cellular level that is causing the pain, the degeneration? You want to deal with it with what you are eating. Then the body responds because of the lack of the lack of vigor or health at that cellular level. It's as if the body is now susceptible to outside forces. When you've dealt with it from the inside, then you can now deal with it from the outside, reverse the kind of micro dislocations that happened across time, now using the Tit-Tar technique.
Beautiful.
So it's in and out.
Okay, injuries and injury management and injury prevention. Does this procedure also come into? For injury management, it does. For prevention of injuries, what will help there is understanding how to move. Because sometimes, for instance, now using your iPad, you'd find understanding how simple things we do can affect the general state of health that we have. So, for instance, people don't, most persons, they are in science, it's called the beta brainwave, then a flight and fight state of mind. And so, without them knowing, their body is tensed. So, for instance, now you'd find that, I'll give you two examples. You find out that without you knowing, your jaws are clenched. Yes.
Yeah, and that's a sign of tension. But you would not even know that unconsciously you are tensed. And so if you are unconsciously tense, then it means that you should consciously relax. Relaxation has to be a conscious thing. So most times when people, they are working for long periods of time, they don't even take out time to simply just let the work be and breathe. Or you've been sitting down for a long period of time, you don't have an ergonomic chair that's catering to your spine health. Stand up, go for a walk. If you have enough strength, have a horizontal bar, hold on to it so that gravity gets to stretch your spine. Because you're using your phone now, for instance, it's not at your eye level,
No,
it's down here, so you're hunching over. So there are different levels of stress already just from sitting and walking that your entire back, then your spine, your back muscles, they're going through. Now, so just imagine without you doing something in the opposite direction to what was happening on the back. Remember, the back muscles can move front and back, but now you're predisposed to moving in this direction, not in this direction. So it means that the muscles that are responsible for the motion in this direction, they are getting strengthened, while the ones that are responsible for this direction, they are getting weakened. And so that creates an imbalance again. So, for some other guys, for instance, they have this habit of putting their wallets or handkerchiefs in their back pockets, and that causes a tilt of the pelvis without them knowing.
What?
Yeah, because it's pelvic tilting. So,
handkerchief?
Yeah, so just imagine like something is here. So naturally, because of the projection, I would not want to drop my full weight on it. So
okay.
There's already a curve, around the lumbar. So these little things, what to do, what the body should move in 3 axes. What to do to prepare your body. There are certain exercises that you just simply do. You will never have back pain issues. Yeah. There are certain exercises you need to do that you will never. Those are part of the preventive measures. There are certain exercises that you have to do for you to bring your back to a painless state. Because in that state, you'll now be dealing with the biomechanics of how you move and correcting how you move. Sometimes we think on the inside that we are moving correctly, but externally we are not moving correctly. Yeah, so it can be used to prevent. It can be used to prevent using movements, using exercise, using specific habits. Another important thing to remember is how you sleep. There's a right way to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah. And the right way to sleep, although maybe out of habit, most persons don't sleep that way, but the right way to sleep is facing up and your legs hanging on something. So that, if you're lying down straight, you find out that there's still a curvature at the lower back. And so that means that even while you're sleeping, your lower back muscles, they are engaged. Cool. But the moment you raise your leg up, it flattens. So it allows that part of the body to relax and rest.
So if I'm going to sleep tonight now, I should put a pillow under my leg?
No, funny enough, not even a pillow. More like a height, like your leg should be raised up in a sense that from the knee down to the feet, it's parallel to the ground. So it's almost as if you are like this hip, knee, then knee, feet, parallel to the ground.
We owe you that, at least our viewers. All right, so we're talking about body wellness, and we're focusing on the Tit-Tar massage and how we can get a better body with it, at least a healthier body with it. Nutrition is very good, but apart from nutrition, there's still a whole lot of little things that we need to just incorporate into our lifestyle. But how often should one go for a massage, or how often should one see a Tit-Tar masseuse?
Even for me, I'm due. So what I got to do was teach some techniques to people around me so that I can be helped.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So especially for people who sit for long to do their work, if you can afford it, it's not wrong to do it weekly. Trust me, it's that important. For instance, my wife, she has a baking company. She bakes. I get to fix her maybe every 2 days, depending on how the heavy the work could be every day. But at the very least, even if there's nothing to do in quotes, every 2 days. So for people who are remote workers, whose bodies get to experience lots of force and torque, pass through it during the course of their day's work, I would say like a week. But depending on people's kind of budgets, if you know that maybe doing it weekly is not enough, you could do it a month. For a month. For some persons just feel like, okay, they would want to just reset every quarter, so they get to do it every 4 months. It also depends on the extent of injury and how severe the pain is, and that also gets to determine how many sections you want to have in rapid succession. Yeah, so those are some of the factors, but it still actually really depends on your choice, what you want. But once every quarter is not bad at all. It's even too long. I preferably say once every month, but well, you know how things are, so that's basically it.
All right, we're going to quick break on the show to show you some more videos on this procedure we're talking about, because when we come back, we will share success stories on at least the kind of issues that Tit-Tar has fixed. So we'll also be putting videos to that as well. We'll be back in a moment.
So what I'm doing, I'm mobilizing your muscles, the back muscle. Okay, so suck your stomach in.
Suck in?
Yeah, in.
Okay.
Good. Okay. You can release the air now. Deep breath in. Out. Deep breath in. Out. Breath in. Out.
Okay.
No, keep it.
Like
Yeah.
No.
Stay relaxed, alright. Just relax. I won't hurt you.
Okay.
Deep breath in. Out. Good. Good. Relax. Relax. Deep breath in. Out. Deep breath in again. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Relax. Out. Good. Stay down. Relax. Deep breath in. Out. Deep breath in. Out. Someone facing up. Okay. Okay. Relax, relax.
I don't want to sleep on
Just relax. No. Okay. So sit. Keep your body straight for now.
Am I straight enough?
But don't worry, as best as you could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So stand up.
Okay.
Like you're falling. It's fine. So same thing again. Stay up, just follow me. I won't let you fall. Just relax. No, be normal. Don't worry. No, don't worry, you won't fall.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me, you won't fall. I can bench press quite the poundage, so trust me when I say you won't fall.
Okay.
So relax. Just relax, like fall on with your body. Put your hand here.
Okay.
Close. Try looking up. Good. So, look up.
Okay.
So, lie facing up.
Okay. How should I place
Yeah,
that?
no, it's funny. On your chest anyway. Yeah.
Especially towards this part, I think I sprained it when I was trying to do it myself. But before, if to look like as far as this, I would have to like move. And if someone called me from here, I would have to move. Like I have a, when I can actually
can't
move.
turn this way.
Yeah.
How's the
Like,
back now?
I'll-
The muscles still and the back are they still stiff?
No, it's not. Not the major thing I was just like that was stressing me was that pain,
Spots,
that
yeah.
spot, and it was hot. More like I was pierced and this burning sensation, but I can't feel it.
Can't feel it anymore.
No, I can't feel it. I know I still have tension there based on maybe the routine and
Yeah.
everything. But that exact point, I can't see it now. If I see, I don't feel do anything, man. I just I put the laptop close to myself. I'll drop it, press my phone. You know that disorientation. You just know that
The
something's
body is
happening.
not.
I'm trying to fight it with distractions, but I'm being distracted. I feel better, so I'll watch.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's still around for the next 48 hours. So if I don't say this sport like this, but I'm not sure. I'm very
Yes.
optimistic. I want to feel something.
Yeah.
And I will still, that's the routine you talked about.
Yeah.
The first one was something like this.
Yeah.
Close to the wall. And what did you call it again?
Pike.
Like this, right?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be a couple of feet away from the wall so
Yes.
that, yeah. So the time you know that you've gone forward enough is when your buttock touches the wall. So you put your hands across like this.
Ọlọ́run be downstairs o. What? Ọlọ́run be downstairs and if you come. Mama, come.
That's the part I want to fix. So stand up and check.
Who is that?
Auntie,
Keep on one bed.
It's still many.
So try walking and see whether something changed.
Well, really, but
But
then again,
I'm talking about that side. The right hand side. This way.
not really. But the neck, I feel like a newborn baby.
Relax. Where did you feel that too? Your waist.
No, neck even down to.
Yeah, okay, so let me give you another one. Let's try and relax. Very nice. Try and relax. Yeah. So relax. For about say 5-7 seconds. And that chest side where it's hurting. Just good. Very good. So the next thing you want to do is put your hands here.
All right, so thank you for staying with us and rejoining us. The program you're watching is still Flipside, and we're talking about body wellness, and we're talking specifically on the Tit-Tar therapy, the Tit-Tar massage. So let's share a little bit of success story before we get back into our conversation some more.
Very plenty, very many. Okay, I'll pick some very amazing ones. So there's a woman, she's from the UK, Manchester. I won't say her full name, so her name is Mrs. Margaret. I'm saying it so that it's on air, it's record, but forget about the other part. Yeah. So she was sent down. Actually, she came down to Nigeria because she felt like she was done with life. Like, let me just come and die with my people. That was what she told me. So she had tried different, she had stayed there over a long period of time. She had tried different kinds of treatments. So she came in, was in a wheelchair. She even came down, used some specialist hospitals and so on and so forth. They have their area of expertise. Until someone who knew me, that she was staying close to, said, I think you should call so and so person, let him come. You get. And so they called me, and we had just two sessions. Then she went back to the UK. She came in on a wheelchair. She had been on a wheelchair since 2011. We met in 2021. Then she went back.
With her legs?
With her legs, yeah. Yeah, and we've not had a repeat session. It was just two. Another case here was a very popular, I can't say because of the figure, the national figure actually. She'd been to the US twice, then to India once, to fix a freak accident she had about 4 years ago. We met, she came down to Benin to meet me. That should be around June 28, 2023. So I was invited to come to Anambra State to fix her sister, and we had just one session. So what happened was like, my sister has, so can you do that? So that's how we got connected. And I'm talking about a national figure. Okay? So we had about 6 sections, and I mean this was her case. The nerve endings in her spine, they were being compressed so bad that I took recordings of it. She could not stand straight for 59 seconds.
Wow.
So if she stood up anytime past 59 seconds, her legs, she started having this needle-like, pin-like pain in her feet, then under the soles of her feet, then she starts getting numb. You can imagine what that looked like, 59 seconds. So we had about 6 sections. When she went back to Lagos, she called me 2 weeks after that. She was walking around her estate, now 5 kilometers, and that takes a lot of time to walk around. Yeah, and that was a change. Just by Uasota here, names withheld, there was a man who he had not carried his baby for some time. Why? Because anytime, he does not know when the pain will come, and when the pain comes, he just freezes. So he might be walking on the street and the pain comes, he will just freeze on the spot and collapse. So it was like a hazard for him to say that he wants to take his baby, carry his baby. So the brother, I think the person we met outside the studio, they're in the same kind of training, they're athletes. Funny enough, the brother's name is still a namesake to him. So he saw me walking with the athletes over there. I was just checking up their body because we trained together as a fitness, so most of them, they are my friends. I just felt like that was something I could do for them to support what they were trying to do internationally, and said that my brother has so-and-so problem. So the brother called me. The brother hooked us up, and because of long-term use of physiotherapy, shout out to the physiotherapists, please, and it was not giving him the desired results. He was very, skeptical. So I told him, I said, okay, let's have a bet. That's how I placed it. I said, if I can't fix you, I will pay you. That's what I told him. Like, I'll pay you for wasting your time. And so I still have the videos. I'll look for it in my archives. And all he was doing, he was shouting. He was like, sorry, is this magic or something like that? Yeah. So it was amazing. I've been graced with very amazing testimonies. Very amazing testimonies. I can just keep on dropping. Is it knee pain?
At least I'm a living witness. You came to the office sometime last year, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And we were all lined up for free. Okay, you did mention something about physiotherapy.
Yeah.
Can this Tit-Tar be combined with other maybe therapeutic procedures? Can I do the Tit-Tar and go to see a masseuse in a regular spa and go to see a physiotherapist? Can that be done?
Yes. I think it's a brand called integrated medicine now, where you're having different, I call them strains of medicine with their unique and specialties, all right? Then we're supposed to work together. It's not as if one arm or one stream should be fighting against another. They are just certain unique things. You have naturopaths, that are doing very amazing stuff, amazing things in the world of medicine right now. They might not have as much acclaim as a doctor would do in the traditional medicine, not herbal medicine, like Western traditional medicine sense. But I know of very amazing people in my travels that I've met that are not. You get, so it's something that you could get to integrate. But what should be known is that this is what this one can handle, and this is what this one can handle. For instance, a masseuse can't handle what I can handle, because what they are dealing with is basically limited to the muscles. What I'm dealing with is straight down to the spine itself.
The bones.
Yeah, the bones itself, yeah. So there are also other aspects. For instance, maybe someone is having a fracture. I don't handle fractures. That's not part of my specialty. But I handle misalignments when the body is going out of symmetry and all that. So each one is on, but we can kind of integrate it and work together. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Can Tit-Tar be modified because for pregnant women and postpartum? Pregnancy is hard. If you've had a baby before, there are times where you're going to feel that waist pain from your last trimester. Mine, it's something.
Yeah.
Then you finally go through that 10 hours of labor and the baby comes out. Your back is still going to hurt you for a long time with all the pressure of the months, then the breastfeeding, and it's a whole lot. So can it actually help pregnant women, and can they be having such a fixing during pregnancy?
Absolutely. During pregnancy, it can be done, although the techniques to be used, especially for the women with
very heavy.
Yeah. So it's kind of modified, and then after delivery, it's for me. After some person will tell you that delivering is a kind of trauma to the body, the stress and all that. I remember I went to fix somebody. I went to fix somebody that was not feeling so well in the house, and a nurse came in. All right, I think the nurse came in to administer some drugs or injections or something like that. I don't know. So when the nurse walked in and saw what I was doing, the nurse told me that she herself had issues with, she's feeling that pain around the pelvic region after she gave birth to her child. And so I had to fix the nurse. The persons I went to meet, they are family friends. Yeah, so they're like, black man, these are person. Like anytime we have need for her, even though it's by 11 p.m., she comes around and we have a very the person asking on her behalf, a very strong relationship. Like that's like a brother to me. So I fixed that still once.
Wow. Yeah,
and so there are things that women, Tit-Tar can actually work for women who just delivered. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, because women need help. It's not easy.
Yeah.
All right. The Olympics just finished in August, and we did not win any medal. We spent 2 billion, and came back without a medal. So let's talk about athletes and. Is there a relationship with massage and Tit-Tar procedures, this kind of procedures with athletic performance? Is it possible?
Yeah, in fact, it's supposed to be, what's the word now? Crazily important for athletes to take care of their bodies like this. And for them, really, if you want to have longevity in your choosing sports, it should be done daily. You'd see people at the top 1% of athletes and sportsmen in the world. In their own homes, they have their gyms, and they have team doctors and team physiotherapists and all that. But you still see them have their personal doctor, coach, physiotherapist in the home. That's how important it is. If you see people like maybe Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi in football, having so much longevity in a sport where most persons, their careers at the top end within maybe 5-10. You're seeing someone going above 20 years. Is this kind of body care? They don't joke with their nutrition, and they definitely don't joke with how they take care of their body. It's non-negotiable. It should be non-negotiable. Why? Like you train every day. The moment you're training, you have to distressify. Take out the stress. You should have sections. It's just that somehow, like I did taekwondo, right? So it's just that somehow our athletes, they are not so supported. So they have to get to do these things on their own. And I can tell you how difficult it is to train for maybe 6-7 hours and you still have to fend for yourself. You get a picture. And so most times, usually, the persons, they get to have injuries that just end their career. Their body can't perform past a particular level because it was not,
Properly
fixed.
cared
It was
for.
not cared for. So it's important. 2000, yeah, I was about giving an example. 2020, yeah, that should be it. That should be around April when they did sports festival in Benin. So, I was in the gymnastics session of the Ogbe Stadium, and we were about having gold. Edo State was about having gold, but one of the gymnasts, I've forgotten his name. There's this horizontal bar. He dislocated his sternum.
Ooh.
And so it's not really mandibular-sternal joints. There's something here that sometimes you feel it pop. So it moved out of position. And so that definitely meant that he could not do the press that you normally do without. In fact, on two occasions, he had to dismount from the bar. And so when he went to meet the medical team there, what happened was they just gave him a chest patch. And that was going to do nothing. You're not dealing with a muscle. It's not a muscle pull or anything like that. It's the bone. Yeah. So he could not, it was affecting his breathing and all that. So I went to him. I had a kind of access to that area and asked the coach whether I could get to help. And he said, yeah, since he knew me. So went there and fixed it into position for him. That it was when I did that it was a long line of people. Like I have this, including some coaches. Like I had this waist issue, this thing, like, yeah, I can fix it. Go down, me too. You understand? So I think I ended up fixing about 8 people that day, just from that particular. So lots of our athletes, they are moving off with, they're moving around with lots of injuries, but they are just sucking it in and pushing through the pain. So if you're an athlete, for instance, I would highly advise that you take stretching very seriously. If you can't afford, my services, massage services as regularly as you'd want to, you probably want to stretch your body yourself. It's very key. It helps athletic performance. Trust me, it does.
Okay, and on a final note before I go, are there myths to this practice? First of all, it's not like it's a name that we know, but from the videos we've seen, I know people understand this procedure. At least they've seen 1 or 2 videos online, or they've seen where it's performed, but this is the name for it. But are there myths to this?
Myths. I can only speak from my experience. Okay, there are certain things that this branch, some persons get to meet and see what I do, and knowing that somehow what I do has to do with spinal care, they ask questions like whether can I handle stroke, people with stroke, and the answer is, with this branch of medicine, no. You get the picture?
Yeah.
Like that movement is not
Stroke is something about the brain.
Yeah, it's
The brain
neurological.
thing, yeah.
So people who get to do this, they can't work on stroke. They obviously can't work on cerebral palsy. You get you get it. But however, except what you're now, when people come to meet me, what they are looking at for is not usually managing something. They're looking for a cure. They want it gone. So it's a different ball game when if the person coming is looking for imagine a child that is having CP, for instance, they probably having issues with moving properly, and so they may have, so you're just trying to help relieve the stiffness, not necessarily curing it, helping to relieve it, increasing the range of motion across the joints, and it can work in that regard. Now, if you're not talking about cure and
that's
total,
that's
a different aspect of it.
So that people we know.
Yes.
We like miracle workers. One person to do everything.
Yeah, it creates this halo effect.
We'll turn everybody to Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, I want to say thank you so much,
Thank you, it's a
Blackman.
pleasure.
I still want to call you Coach Blackman.
Yeah, oh my God, it's
For your time. These massages, at least I have it on good authority that even since pregnant women could have a modified procedure.
Yeah.
Postpartum depends on the time involved. There are still modified procedures for you.
Yeah.
Children too
True.
can also go through all of this, have some procedures done. But in all, I think one will need to identify the right person, because I heard all these cracks. I don't want to tell someone to help me crack my back. Then instead of cracking the back will come break my wall. So how do I even know the person is legit?
And then another myth there is most persons feel like some persons try to fix forcing a crack. It's not supposed to be so. You understand?
Okay.
It's real relieving when the cracks pop out, but sometimes you could get to fix without really hearing those cracks.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so, for instance, there are some kind of pain issues that they don't show up. You hear people say, "I went to the hospital, I did scans, but nothing showed up as wrong, but I can still feel the pain."
Yeah,
So,
I heard that.
So you're not dealing with you might not be dealing with the pain at the the skeletal level. You might not even be dealing with it at the most muscular level. You might be dealing with it at the fascia. There's something called fascia. You know, when you kill a cow and you have this thing that looks like a membrane, we still have it in our body. Yeah, and that's in bears records. So falls and all that, with time, it starts creating tension lines across. So there was one time, there was something funny happened. Someone was dealing with a pain issue that was working on the fascia around the neck, but the leg was twitching. So I was like, okay, so if there's a connection there, so I started tracing, because that was telling me that there was a tension line between the leg and the neck. Yeah.
We've learned a whole lot on this Tit-Tar massage today, and Coach Blackman has done an amazing job on teaching us what this is about. I'm sure this is the first time for many people hearing that word Tit-Tar massage. It is the first time for me to hear it as well, and I've already seen procedures where you have cracks on your bodies, and especially this one we do, you know, with the fingers and all that, so, you know, they drag it and then it cracks. But it's a little bit more complex than that from what we have learned. And at least even if you didn't learn anything, you've learned the proper sleeping posture you should take when you're in bed. See, we have a lot of myths and traditional beliefs about it. Oh, if you lie face up, you'll be having nightmares. That's what they always say. But it's not always the case. Why not try it out first before you totally reel it off and say it doesn't work? But anyway, before I talk too much, we're just going to go on a short break where we'll bring you the segment we call It's About You. We have a documentary that will better your health. And when we're back from that, we'll officially be ending this program. We'll be back shortly.
Let's take a moment to talk about something that's essential for every living being on this planet. Hydration. That's right. We're delving into the refreshing world of staying hydrated. So grab your water bottles and let's quench our thirst for knowledge. First off, let's talk about the incredible benefits of staying hydrated. Picture this: glowing skin, improved mood, boosted energy levels, and sharper focus. Yep, hydration is like the secret sauce to feeling and looking your absolute best. But wait, what happens when we neglect our hydration game? To be honest, dehydration is no joke, my friends. We're talking about headaches, fatigue, dizziness, and even a dip in cognitive function. No thank you, dehydration. We're all about that H2O life. So, where can we find this magical elixir called water? Well, luckily for us, it's all around, from crisp, cool tap water to juicy fruits and veggies. Hydration sources are as abundant as they are delicious. Now, let's tackle the big question. How much water does our body really need? Get ready for this mind-blowing fact. Did you know our bodies are approximately 60% water? That's right, we're practically walking, talking water bottles. But here's the point. Our hydration needs vary from person to person, depending on factors like age, weight, and activity level. As a general rule, just aim for around 8 glasses of water a day. But don't be afraid to adjust based on what your body is telling you. Pay attention attention to your body's signals and adjust your water intake accordingly. So there you have it, folks. The power of hydration in a nutshell. From the benefits of glowing skin to the dangers of dehydration, it's clear that water is the ultimate game changer in the quest for health and vitality. So let's raise our glasses, or should I say our water bottles, to staying hydrated and feeling healthy. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, and stay tuned in for more exciting adventures right here on Flipside, airing on ITV.
Yes, to all of my esteemed viewers, I want to say a big thank you to you. You've been amazing. Thanks for staying from start to finish on today's edition of Flipside. The Tit-Tar massage, it's a big one. It's an old practice that is from Asia, I think. And you all need to know that just because some people out there will tell you they could do massages doesn't mean everyone is specialized. So be careful who you take your bodies to for all of these cracks. And it's not a must that your body must give a crack before it aligns. That's on the one end. And the good thing is this procedure is safe for pregnant women and nursing mothers. So, you know, it's really a whole lot of stress to go through labor. In fact, some women, when they're done going through that 10 hours of labor, they have a blood pressure spike that, if not properly managed, it could even become a permanent lifetime issue where they take drugs for life. So you go through a whole lot with pregnancy, with labor, and your body just needs a little bit of realignment. And this is a good procedure, but please get the right person to do it for you. By the way, I want to say thank you to Coach Blackman, and I'm Daisy Leo Asikidi. Thanks for your time. Till next week again with another social issue on Flipside. Please make it a date at 1:30 p.m. next week. Have a great day. Bye for now.